Howdy friends, welcome to Howard's Treehouse. Today we're going to pay a visit to the studio and learn how to draw a banjo, a fiddle, and a guitar. Maybe some friends will stop by and say hello. Okay friends, away we go! Howdy friends, welcome to Howard's Treehouse, down here in the basement in Lawrence, Kansas. Well, today we're going to learn about drawing some instruments. It can be a lot of fun. You can draw them on anything. You can draw them on paper, on cardboard, on wood, and then you can paint on them, and you have yourself a piece of art. Well, let's start with the banjo. It's kind of fun and simple. First, we make the circle, which is the head of the banjo. Then I like to draw a straight line coming out. And we give some room for the headstock there. And we can draw the sides of the neck going down either side of that straight line. Now, about right here, sort of like where a smiley face would be. Just want to draw a straight line for the bridge. And then 5 strings. The banjo has 5 strings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we go sort of down into a little V shape here from the farthest strings. Five strings. Then I draw a little rim to the banjo. And then we draw the rivets. I guess I'm not a banjo player, so I don't really know what they call them, but whatever they are. Just little circles all the way around. And then they kind of have these little funny screws coming out of them. Now, of course, I'm coming from just a folky perspective here. It's not realistic or anything in terms of perspective, but perspective is overrated. All right, now we could draw the headstock. For the headstock, we just want to draw 2 little ovals right here. And then kind of connect those to the neck with a little curve. Then a little curve between these guys. Then it's got a little crown on top. 1, 2, 3. And of course, the 4 strings. But this is a 5-string banjo, so we want to add an extra tuner right there, right? And then we can draw the strings in if we want. Here's that short string. And you need to decide, is this a fretless or a fretted banjo? If it has frets, well, rather if it's fretless, you're done. If it has frets, just draw those fellas in right there. And there, folks, you got yourself a banjo. Come in.
Hey Dad, what you doing?
Oh, some friends just stopped by for an episode of Howard's Treehouse. Hey, how about we have us a tune? Howdy folks, welcome back to Howard's Treehouse. Up next we're going to learn how to draw a guitar. Now the guitar starts with an oval and then a bigger oval below, wider rather. Now these two guys have two connecting lines here like so. And then there's a circle at the bottom of this oval. And then the bridge and saddle of the guitar sit just towards the upper middle of the lower oval. There's the saddle. And then the 6 end pins. Then we're going to draw a line coming out the top. Give us some space for the headstock there. And we'll draw lines on either side of that to create the neck. Then we got these two little guys that go off to the side there, just a little bit, a little far there. Those do. So bring that in a little closer and draw a rectangle around that. And then there's the 6 string holders. And of course the 6 tuning pegs. You can just sort of have them sticking out there. You can make them longer or shorter as you want to. And we'll just go ahead and erase some of this other part of the oval. So it's out of the way. And we can draw in our strings if we want to. Already got one line in there, I'll just leave it in there as a string. 5 and 6. Draw in some frets. If you want, you can draw in these strings too. You can get a little more detailed. You can draw in the circles, the fingerboard dots. Of course, we want to shade that sound hole in. Keep our strings going all the way to the bridge and saddle. Now, mine is not perfect, but that, folks, is a guitar. Come in.
Hey, Hal, what you doing?
Oh, some friends just stopped by for an episode of Howard's Treehouse. Hey, how about a tune? Thanks, Trisha.
Well, thanks for having me over.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to More Good Times at Howard's Treehouse. Up next, we're going to draw us a fiddle. Now, the fiddle starts off like the guitar. It's got 2 ovals, a smaller one on top, And they're spaced a little bit farther apart than the guitar. Slightly larger on the bottom. Then we're going to draw two ovals out in space. Right there. Might make that one a little bit larger. Kind of want them almost touching, really. Alright, now we're going to draw a line, just like we did on the banjo and the guitar, right out of the top. Give us some room for the headstock, or the peg box on the fiddle. And then we're going to draw on either side of that. And sort of resting at the lower part of these ovals here, we're just going to put a little line in there. There we go. And then this is a delicate part, is putting the F holes in. And of course, the notches will kind of be on either side of that bridge right there. I might even them up if I were taking a little more time with this, or maybe I'd leave them like that if I wanted them kind of funky. Alright, let's do the peg box now. It kind of tapers a little bit here towards the top of the scroll. And then you can add in those tuners. There's 4 of them. And then we'll kind of just sort of make these little smaller and smaller squares coming out that indicate a scroll and a line down the middle. And then you can draw a line on either side of that. And you can darken that in a little bit right there. And there's your nut. That fingerboard extends down a little ways, so just do that, something like that. And at the bottom you got this little V shape. And your chin rest. Put your fine tuners in there. I just draw little circles. I might fill that in. Alright. Now we're going to draw in the body of the fiddle. Here we go. Follows these shapes. And then we can erase the other parts of the oval, or the 4 ovals. Any other stray lines. I might even clean up my bridge and whatnot here. And then draw in your 4 strings. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And the bow is, boy, that's just kind of fake in some of that there. The bow is a respite from the details of the fiddle. It's a little bit longer than the fiddle. And the tip. And then we kind of go down with a curve there like that. Ooh, that's a little too long. And follow that line down. I think my bow is a little warped here, but that's just the way it is today. Then there's a little rectangle down here that's got a point. It's got that little pearl in there. There's your bow hair. And the little twisty thing, whatever they call that. And it's a little skewed, but that, my friends, is a fiddle. That's all the time we've got here at Howard's Treehouse, but we sure are glad you stopped in and paid a visit, and hope you learned something and made your day a little bit brighter. Hasta luego, mi amigos.